Update 1.3 of The Division is finally upon us, bringing us the highly anticipated fully automatic Showstopper shotgun, otherwise known as the AA-12, the first weapon in The Division to not be almost the same as another weapon already found in game, making this named weapon an actual unique weapon. The Showstopper drops from bosses in heroic difficulty missions at a fairly low drop chance or in the new Dragon's Nest incursion, so you don't need the paid DLC to get your hands on this gear score 229 weapon. The talents for the Showstopper are 2 random talents in the first 2 slots and the new appropriately named Showstopper talent, meaning this named weapon can come with great talents like brutal and responsive, but because you cannot recalibrate these talents, you're stuck with what you get when it drops. This new Showstopper talent increases accuracy a substantial amount based on how many shells you have left in your magazine. The fewer shells you have in your magazine, the more accurate the weapon becomes. While out of cover, the Showstopper is the least accurate shotgun when it has a full magazine, but as soon as you go into cover it becomes incredibly accurate. I'm not too sure if this is a bug or a feature because this does not happen with any other shotgun in the game. A known bug, however, is how the Showstopper, even though it's an automatic weapon, works with Sentry's 4-set bonus, but this will be fixed in the future. The Showstopper is the first named weapon to allow a weapon skin, but sadly doesn't allow a magazine mod or a muzzle, meaning the SASD has a faster rate of fire when you have a rate of fire magazine mod equipped. This isn't the worst part of it though. The SASD, which I named King of PvE shotguns in my latest Division video, has roughly 40% more base damage than the Showstopper at gear score 229, and the SASD had the lowest base damage of any shotgun. Now that belongs to the Showstopper. In the Showstopper's defense here, it has the largest mag size of any shotgun at 20 shells per mag, the furthest optimal range at 14 meters, 1 more meter than the SASD, decent stability, and reloads 30% faster than the SASD. However, when you factor in that the SASD does 40% more damage per shot and can fire faster than the Showstopper, you don't need to be a mathematician to figure out that the Showstopper is far inferior when it comes to damage dealing. Not to mention you're stuck with this Showstopper talent, which isn't fantastic when you consider that the SASD as standard has fantastic accuracy. To put another nail in the coffin here, and I really don't like doing this, the Showstopper has a very large amount of horizontal instability. Here is the Showstopper compared to the SASD with no mods. Even with the horizontal stability grip, the Showstopper is hard to control at full auto. Knowing all of this, I took it through a heroic mission anyway and noticed its weakness per shot almost immediately. My gear score 182 SASD-12 was doing way better at dealing damage, even with the Showstopper working with sentries, meaning that when they do stop the Showstopper working with sentries, it will be even worse than it is currently. Now in PvP, and this is where people were assuming that this was going to shine, it can pump out some nice sustained damage on enemies, but it has nowhere near the burst damage that the SASD, Super 90 or M870 can provide. In my opinion, the Showstopper is the worst shotgun for PvP, but the second best shotgun for PvE after the double barrel shotgun, which is a shame considering that this weapon had so much potential to rival the other shotguns in the game, but just like all named weapons in the Division, this one also falls flat on its face. Thank you for watching, and while the Showstopper may not perform, it's still fun to use.